What is going on, everyone? This is Play by Play Tech, episode 11. I'm your host, Max Chambliss, alongside my other host, Moan Dog,
What's
or Moan.
going on? Right? so,
What is going
I
on?
know, man. We just got done watching. Max
I was messing
excited.
around.
We
I
just
was
got
messing
done
around.
watching the PlayStation Showcase, and what's funny is we had other topics to talk about, and then now we want to talk about this like right now. It's why it's fresh on our brains.
Yeah. Well, that's the not only the PlayStation stuff, but nvidia did their review on that 3080 GPU graphics cards. So that's something we're gonna talk about as well. But yeah, let's start with the PlayStation first event. So what do you think about that price? They finally revealed the price and then finally reviewed the actual launch date of PlayStation 5.
Well, I told you before that I don't think they had nothing to compete with. Matter of fact, I said that on a few episodes that they're not going to have nothing to compete. Not with a $300 price point. Because they don't have a lower tier. It's the same tier just without a disk drive. So you're going to keep that high end, enthusiast portion of the PlayStation across the board, just one without a disc, one without, and everything's going digital, right? So I mean, if you want my opinion, unless you're a collector, the digital is probably the best way to go for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah. I was just debating myself. I would think to myself like, should I get the discless version of the all digital PlayStation 5, or should I get the one with the disc drive? The only reason I'm just thinking that is because I still have Blu-ray movies or 4K movies that I watch. So that was like the other question I was just debating in my head. But then I was thinking like, well, I could just do discless PS5, and then on the Xbox Series X, I could play my 4K Blu-ray movies on that. So that was kind of like even each other out. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet
Yeah.
what I want to do. But yeah, I mean, we guessed the price and stuff. Some rumors were saying it was going to be 450, and the digital edition was going to be 350. But nope, they
I knew
went
that wasn't
with
happening. I was stuck on the $500 price point no matter what. Xbox was real solid on that. I did think that they would probably cut it $30 or so, or maybe 50, but they weren't going nowhere in the $300 price range. I knew that wasn't happening.
Yeah, because I was like looking at, yeah, PlayStation put a lot of money into this PlayStation 5, so it would be I would be really shocked if they would have cut it to like 450 and 350 and stuff. So I just knew right then and there. It's just like they really just don't have no wiggle room when it comes to selling their consoles and stuff like that, like the Xbox did. So
Well, remember when the PlayStation 3 came out, they were already talking. Well, first off, it was expensive. Let's just get that out the way.
oh yeah,
And secondly, before it was coming out, there was all this news about the PlayStation 3 having no loading times. So, in my mind, I believe that they were working on this back then. And I'm pretty sure that's all their money invested into this new SSD or this new style of, this hard drive or whatever you call it, to keep that price point high as it is, because there's nothing out there like that. And usually when that happens, you get the highest price point. It's like the newest TVs. Remember OLEDs when they first came out? They were like 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, they're still 4. They were like $10,000 and higher. For if you want to get early adoption and all the other stuff. But
yeah.
it's the
I
same
don't know.
thing.
It's just like the only reason I'm kind of like thinking about this is like after we saw the showcase, but I'm like I said, they really didn't show too much like how the load times work. I mean, they did that presentation like a while back as just showing like Spider-Man game, but
But that was
it
it.
didn't show. Yeah, but they didn't. Yeah, because it's kind of like they keep talking about like, oh yeah, it's going to be virtually load times when it comes to this games, and it's like I wish they would have showed that in the showcase, just showing like Spider-Man because the presentation was like what 45 minutes long. So they showed Spider-Man, which was good. I thought that was awesome. Final Fantasy they showed as well, but it was just like they really could have captured the load screen areas. That, oh yeah, let's just show you like when we get into the game. They didn't even show what the menu looks like, and so I'm still trying to figure out what the PlayStation menu looks like. It's just like they didn't even show was up. It didn't show what the screen. It just like all they did was reveal a couple of games, and they didn't even talk about when those a lot of those games going to be coming out. So it's like I still have a lot of questions more on this whole PlayStation event and stuff, because it's just like the more I'm thinking about it, because I was just thinking like, oh yeah, this is a really good event, but then I'm like, just now I'm reflecting off of it. I'm just thinking like, okay, they revealed the price and launch date, but then they didn't talk about like what titles is going to be available for launch day. They didn't talk about what the load screen looks like or what the menu looks like. They talked about a handful of games that's going to be backwards compatible, which is good, but then they didn't talk about if it's going to be up converted or not up converted. So those
they didn't talk about anything.
Are,
you might as well just face the facts. It was just games, and
yeah.
that was it. I mean, it was a game showcase, right? I mean, Xbox did the same thing, but Xbox had established their grounds almost a year before it even almost revealed the console. You know, so.
But I mean, but the thing is, with Xbox though, it's kind of like the Xbox pretty much laid all their cards out. The only thing they haven't about or touched that much was they did talk about the backwards compatible game, and they talked about some of their games going to be up converted and stuff like that, but they really haven't really displayed that much, except for like Gears of War, Gears 5, and I think another game that they probably showed, but that's the only thing. I mean, they talked about everything with the hardware. They talk about this like this system gonna do this and that, and the PlayStation 5, I don't know. It's still a mystery.
Yeah.
When it comes to the system. I'm just thinking about this. The more I'm thinking of September, and it's supposed to launch in November, and we still don't know everything about this system. Like they should be telling us. It's like, okay, I don't know. And stuff. It was still a good presentation. I'm still happy system regardless and stuff, but I kind of wish they would have went into the more the technical portion of it, as in saying like, oh, this is what happens when you get a PlayStation 5. This is what happens when you load the screen. This is what it look like when you play a game, how it works. This is our PlayStation Store. Is it going to be the same PlayStation Store, or are it going to be a different PlayStation Store? Or are we going to have the same PlayStation Plus? How the subscription base is going to be? How's PlayStation? It's like so many questions that's going through my head right now that they still have even talked about. It's like they was forced to announce the price now because of Xbox announced their price last week.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. You know what though, I'm a little. I was actually excited right off the beginning. There's no better way to start off a show with Final Fantasy. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, and I was at the edge of my seat on that one. And then they showed Spider-Man Miles Morales, and we got more out of it, and they showed all this gameplay. It was pretty cool. It was pretty exciting. And then I fell off with the Harry Potter thing. But that's something not my wife enjoys. She's a fan of Harry Potter and all that stuff, so definitely be getting that for her.
Yeah, Harry Potter looks good and stuff. But what the funny part was, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they didn't say that game was going to be exclusive. So who knows? It might be on the Xbox Series X or even PC and stuff. So that was something that I was kind of like, even Final Fantasy 16. And stuff. I don't even think
that's going to be multi-platform. The only one I think is going to be exclusive is 7.
Is Spider-Man? Spider-Man is going to be exclusive.
Yeah, Spider-Man's going to be exclusive.
And Demon Souls.
No, Demon Souls is usually a multi-platform game.
Oh,
yeah, it wasn't that much. Resident Evil is going to be one. They're not going to boggle down to one system.
No, Resident Evil is multi-platform too. It's going to be on. I'm just thinking about the exclusive. It's like
they showed them early in the beginning, right? What was that, about a month or two ago, when they had their first game preview or show or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But they showed a lot of exclusives then. I wasn't expecting exclusives this time. Well, not as much as the last time.
Yeah. And then another question I'm just thinking about too is that they even talk about how much the controller costs. Talk about like their wireless headset, the HD camera.
I still don't know.
Remote.
I still don't know what the create button is off the controller.
Yeah, it's just so many. It's like okay, I thought the PlayStation show. I'm glad the show and stuff like that. I'm not knocking it. Glad they finally revealed the price because they had no choice. But it's just like they revealed the price. They didn't tell us. I didn't see it. They didn't tell us when we could pre-order and stuff because I didn't see no information about that. And we don't know what the menu looks like because Xbox Series X. They said the menu pretty much almost identical to the Xbox.
I told you that in earlier episodes because it was already a new iteration from 360. So and usually when you have something new, all they do is advance it or polish it up and make it look nice and add a couple features. PlayStation's is old because that operating system was on the Vita first, and then they ported that over to PlayStation 3 and made it better and look nice. So it's about time for them to change their UI, and hopefully it's different. I would like some of the same features. I'm still kind of what is it called, like the tile type of style, roll style that they have.
The user interface you talking about? The UI?
Yeah,
UI. Yeah,
it's like a tile. I think we're getting out of that. I think Microsoft, they're the ones that came out with that first, and because Windows 10 became a tile, featured operating system type of deal. But it's because we're in the app phase now, and programs are kind of, I wouldn't say phasing out, but you don't hear somebody say program as often. I mean, they're all programs, but they're relating to all these apps more. So hopefully PlayStation would go like their PlayStation Store. That's kind of app based. Maybe their UI should look like the PlayStation Store.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out when we get to
when you buy it.
Prize. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's just crazy to me that we're in the middle of September. Granted, it is the pandemic and stuff like that, COVID and stuff, but it's just like we're so close to both consoles launching, and it's just the thing is like you have one company that kind of showcase pretty much 90% of everything that they need to show with their consoles, and PlayStation only showed 70%. That's kind of like my fair assessment. The only thing that Microsoft, like what I was just talking about, the backwards compatible and what is going to be up converted and stuff like that. That's and how much their controllers is going to be and their accessories is going to be, and then the memory card. I think that's the only thing that they haven't really talked about. Other than that, that's why I'm saying they're 90%. PlayStation, like I said, I just mentioned them before and stuff like that. Don't know what the user interface is going to look like. Don't know how the load times is going to look like. How you going to switch in and out of games and stuff. Didn't show any of that stuff. Didn't talk about how much their accessory costs, and talk about.
I thought we were going to get it this time. But you know what? It like I said, it excited me in the beginning because I'm a Final Fantasy fan, and I've always loved a Final Fantasy game. I never really liked the crystal iteration portion of it. That's usually Nintendo's side when they want to bring the crystals in. Those are ones I really don't care about. But we'll see. It looked like they're keeping the same battle system as 15 and 7 remake, so which I think is pretty cool. But you know what? To be honest with you, I would be excited if they brought back turn-based. I actually like the turn-based style Final Fantasies. So, but with the new generation and the younger folks now, they like everything in real time. But they would never understand back in the day from reading paragraphs through a whole game and then wait for your turn to hit.
Yeah. I mean, turn-based. I haven't played it in like years. I think Final Fantasy type days and Age of Empire and stuff like that, and that's the type. Those are the type of games. The luxury of time of playing anymore, like I used to.
Yeah,
and stuff. I mean, I think those games are fun. I'm not knocking them because I think on Microsoft, I think come out with Gears Tactic, and that's a turn-based game and stuff. So I'm just not really interested in games like I used to be and stuff. It's just I just don't have the time for it. Well, so I like to just jump in, probably play a match, or in this case, like playing Marvel's Avengers or something like that. Play a minute, play an hour of that, and then I could just hop off and stuff. It's just like when you have a turn-based type of battle, it's kind of like you could be doing like one battle for like hours on end, depending on the strategy and
Yeah.
stuff. And that's why I'm just like, nah, I'm straight. I'm straight.
Yeah. What I am excited about is Call of Duty Cold War this weekend. So it's a pre-alpha that they said they're going to release Friday. So I'm gonna be all over that this weekend. You know, get an opportunity to play.
Well, it's only for the
Call of
PlayStation.
Duty.
It's only for the PlayStation owner. So if you didn't pre-order on PlayStation,
Is it out for pre-order?
Yeah, it's out for pre-order. Yeah, I
Oh,
pre-ordered for
okay.
Xbox Series X. So I think that beta is going to come out next week. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Xbox week or the week after, if
Okay.
I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah. But I mean, like I said, I'm not in a rush to play it and stuff. This time I'm getting it for the Xbox because I think the Series X going to play better.
Well, yeah.
The game's going to play better and run better on Xbox Series X. So
Yeah.
that's why I go for that and stuff. So, yeah, Spider-Man was good. Call of Duty was good. I'm glad they did that special announcement of God of War. So God of War is going to be coming next
God of
year.
War.
Next year.
That was surprising.
Ooh, I was so hyped about that. Man, just
Yeah.
it. Yeah, because like I said, I played all the God of War games and beat them and stuff like that. So I'm a huge fan when it comes. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I mean, with the PlayStation, it was good and stuff. Like I said, there's a lot more questions than there are answers.
Yeah,
But
I think they showed less than what they should have shown. I think they could have shown more. They could have utilized a whole hour. They didn't have to have people come up and speak. You know, they could have just release everything in the video and have some sort of intro, midtro, outro with the controller, the consoles. You know, they could have showed some of the loading times, like how Xbox showed their quick resume feature. You know, they could have took some time. I just think that they should have focused. Well, I guess it's a game showcase, right? But they could have focused on some of the hardware. You know, we're still kind of in the dark about a lot of this stuff. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to take it for. That doesn't interest me in me hurrying up to buy one. I am going to get an Xbox on. Matter of fact, pre-orders are next week for the Xbox, so I am in a hurry to get there. Yeah, I am in a hurry to get there. But PlayStation doesn't put me in a hurry. And then all this controversy about the limited supply, and they saying it's not a limited supply, but we're still getting other news that it's going to be a limited supply. I don't feel like going through all that. I'm not going to be in the line and wait on this stuff. I'm going to order it. Hopefully, it comes to the house. You know, the same day that that it releases, and hopefully, I'm happy with the Xbox. I am going to get a PlayStation. I'm just not going to get it up front.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think there's a couple of comments on the screen and stuff.
So Ebony said that I am a huge Harry Potter fan, but it definitely wasn't clear if it was an exclusive or if it was multi-platform. I mean, she's correct. You know, so they really didn't really show. The only thing you can debate that was exclusive is the things that you know is going to be only on the PlayStation, like God of War, like Spider-Man. You can't debate Demon's Souls because that's been multi-platform. You can't debate Resident Evil because that's multi.
But I don't think Demon's Souls is going to be coming out for the Xbox Series.
Okay.
Depending on exclusivity to PS5, but
what you call it, Gran Turismo? You can expect that to be PS5 exclusive. But I'm gonna say it again. I really think Forza is gonna take it this round. I know we're gonna have some homeboys gonna be mad at us. We have some, Gran Turismo fans, but yeah. I'm still stuck on my decision with Forza being better than Gran Turismo this year. And I think Fable is gonna put up a staple in. When is it coming out next year?
No, they didn't put an announcement date on Fable.
Okay. I think Fable is gonna make a good comeback if they do it right. Or hopefully they don't do a Halo where they show something that's unfinished and take people's interest off, and so hopefully Fable does well. I'm still excited about Halo, even though it had so much bad feedback. It doesn't sound good when they say that they got to bring back an old veteran from Halo. So whatever 343 Industries is having, whatever problems they got going on, hopefully, I think it was a smart move, but it doesn't look good. If you can't do the game yourself, somebody got to come and help you. But having one of the originals on there, I think is an awesome move.
Yeah, they had no choice. They had no choice after showing that demo of Halo. They had to get. and people who did Halo back on there because Microsoft can afford they have a terrible Halo game. They can't and stuff. So they could take as long as they want. I mean, there are some rumors that the game may come out spring of next year, so who knows? But my whole thinking is that they just need to do whatever they need to do to make sure the game is polished and gameplay. They have no issues, technical issues with the game. And it's like we said it. The gameplay is there. The story looked like it's there. It's just like when it comes to the graphics wise and the technical stuff, technical issues like the pop ups and stuff. That's what they really have to hone in and fix.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I guess I'm over this whole PlayStation thing. I was excited in the beginning, and then my hype train just kind of went down, and then they showed Resident Evil. I was excited again, and then it just kind of went down again, and it never really came back after that.
Yeah, because like what I looked at, I said the majority of all those games are Xbox Series X, and so I mean the only thing that we know so far is that Miles Morales, Spider-Man, is coming out on launch. We still don't know about Horizon Forbidden West. We don't know if that's going to be a launch title.
No.
Ratchet and Clank, that's going to be, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be a launch title.
I never cared for Ratchet and Clank. I never even played any of them. I'm not one of those cartoon kiddie type video. I used to, when we were young, Crash Bandicoot and Sonic and all that, but now we're older. I don't have no interest in that.
Well, you got to think about the demographic. Like, who's going to... They got to... Question is, we don't know. We know Clank. Gran Turismo 7. I'm not sure that's going to be a launch title. Sackboy.
That's going to be exclusive.
That's going to be exclusive, but we don't know that's a launch. D coming out. That's going to be a launch title, and everything else. I mean, they have some other games. I can't really think of it at the top of my head that they showcased, but I wasn't really interested in. And I don't think those going to be launched the same day as PlayStation. But other than that, all the other games that they showed is pretty much it was all third party games that's going to be on the Xbox Series X. So it's kind of like, yeah, okay, and stuff. So,
well, I've had enough of PlayStation. Let's move on to the next topic. I do want to talk about Max though. I do this every time. He has a new video.
I have a new video.
So a new video icon. So make sure you guys like, subscribe,